CodeRed selected.
What's good, guys? It's your boy CodeRed, and I am back with another one. So listen, man, Evo season is officially upon us. This is around the time where you start to get a lot of bigger tournaments taking place. A lot more events start happening, and it's just that season that's really great, and ultimately leading up to the big one, which is Evo in the summertime. So this is a great time. This is when people start to get excited. You know, we start buying our plane tickets, bus tickets, you know, hotel stay, motel stay, whatever you want to call it. Like, people start to really get into this time of the year. And it's had me to thinking, man, and I'm thinking about, you know, just how important this year is compared to other years. And I think it's going to be a very big year. And I think that it has to be a very big year. You know, I'm looking at 2023 and 2024. And around that time, you know, we had some great games drop, big name games drop. You know, you had Street Fighter, you know, you had MK, you had Tekken, Under Night, which some people may say, you know, is a niche game, but it does have a big following. And in my opinion, it is one of the top games out there, you know, even though some people may consider it, you know, niche. But you just had so many games that came out that were big name games, or at least games that were highly anticipated in that little window, and if you like trace back the release date for these games, really it's been like a year and a half stretch that these games have come out, leading up to, you know, their anniversary of them, you know, their release. So it's been about a year and a half stretch. And I can sit up here and say that it has been crazy, because never, at least in my memories, could I think of a time in which so many top name games have gotten the amount of criticism that they are getting. So with the release of these games, obviously it has brought in a large community, right? It has brought in, you know, more people into the community, which I think is a great thing, because the community can continue to grow. And it's brought in returning players, you know, people who have been waiting for, you know, their franchise to get a new entry or whatever the case may be, and just brought in, you know, old heads. It's just overall has made the community grow more. But I think too, with the community growing, you obviously get difference of opinions and difference of views and how people view these games, and, you know, what they think a game should be like, and them comparing it to this and that, which we know that is how it goes, right? That's just the nature of it. But, you know, I can say honestly, in my memories, that I have never seen a time where so many top games have gotten the criticism that they have gotten. And a lot of people, in some ways, have become fed up, you know, with some of the games that are out, and, you know, criticizing the product and how it's being introduced, and, you know, what they feel it should be like. And some of the stuff, hey, I'm not gonna lie, there is a lot of legitimacy there. Like, people have valid points on some of these games, and then some of the stuff I'm like, okay guys, we can look past it. But either way, you know, I have never seen a point where fighting games, at least the top games, and the short period in which they have come out, have hit that honeymoon phase as quickly as they have. And you guys know what the honeymoon phase is. We go through it a lot in the FGC in particular. Like, this genre in particular is one that get hit hard with the honeymoon phase, because, you know, when the game first come out, obviously we're so into the game, we love it, we think it's the greatest thing ever, and then, you know, after some time, we start to notice things that have always been there. We just look past it because we just wanted that new entry. We wanted something new. And so that's why I think that 2025 is going to be a good year, and also an important year, because when you look at it, this year, I don't want to say that it's necessarily this, but it kind of feels like a reset button in a lot of ways, because you're having franchises that are returning, that have not, you know, people haven't seen in so many years, and been wanting for many years. You know, obviously with your Fatal Fury, you know, City of the Wolves, which is dropping this year, which is huge. It's going to be huge, and there's so much promotion and push for this game think that it's gonna be a big game, and just how people are receiving it, in the building up stages of it. You getting that, resurgence of old games. And of course, Virtual Fighter, even though it's not dropping this year, you're seeing a resurgence of these games that you haven't seen in a long time. In addition, you're also getting new games, original franchises, things that we haven't seen, kind of putting their mark on this genre and stepping up to the plate and introducing themselves. Obviously 2XKO, which is going to be one of the biggest fighting games to be released in years. Like, with what they've been doing early on, and the project, how long it's been going on, and when it first started, you can tell they're taking their time and they're trying to do this right. And ultimately, I know it's going to be a very big hit, and it's going to be here for years and years to come. And even just their practices and the things that they're doing is going to be different than what we're used to seeing. So, of course, you have Hunter x Hunter coming out this year. You have a lot of just top things or big things, good projects that are coming out. And I think that these things are helping because people are now becoming more optimistic. People are becoming more excited. People are becoming more happy to play fighting games. I think that lately we've been kind of going, I don't want to say this, but kind of like going through the motions, playing these games because they are here. Like, of course, I enjoy fighting games. I love fighting games, and I can't speak for everybody, but there is a point that I can say that while fighting games are not boring to me, they will never be boring to me. I think that we've been wanting something more, right? We've been wanting something new, which that's the name of the game. But I think that the way that 2025 is shaping up, it's going to be one of the biggest years, at least in recent years, that we had, and one of the more important years when it comes to fighting games, because we have those previous games, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, that have been hit hard with the criticism. Top games. And it's like this year, if these games don't show up and show out, it's like, with the boat that we're in with these games, it's like, what does that look like? And that's why I know this is going to be a great year. And also too, it's introducing, for those games that's already here, like Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, they're starting to make the proper adjustments and fixing, things and making things right, and trying new things out and seeing, what works and what don't work or whatever. So in terms of, it's helped a lot. But I just think that ultimately this is going to be a great year. And I think it's going to be a much needed year, and it's going to be a refreshing year. It's going to be a reset. You know what I mean? Evo this year, of course, we have the awards coming up, and there's going to be some great surprises. And it's obvious that this year we're trying to hit the ground running, especially in the community. And I think that once it's all said and done, we're gonna be set up for the future pretty well. But that's just my thoughts. And I've been thinking about this, and I think that it's just a little discussion to have. So what do you guys think, man? How big do you think this year is going to be, especially with the community as far as the FGC is concerned? What are you anticipating? What are you hyped for? How do you feel about the state of fighting games in general? Just let me know, guys. All right, get in that comment section. So as always, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. All right, CodeRed.
CodeRed.